So I'm going to be setting up the automation COE for main. I have the solution downloaded. The prerequisite for this, the main one, is I'm doing this after I imported the creator kit. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you should go back and check out the previous video or read the documentation on the creator kit prerequisite. You're going to need this, and it does require turning on code components for the environment. So definitely check out the prerequisites to fully understand what we're doing and how to successfully import this so we don't have to uninstall everything. So again, I just imported the creator kit and I'm going to be verifying that it does work. So I can click on the creator kit, click apps, and then open up the creator kit reference app. I'm just going to click on the three dots and click play. If it looks like this, then that's successful. I can see the navigation bars. I can see the boxes in the middle. If it does not look like this, or if the boxes are missing, navigation bars missing, you're going to need to uninstall the Creator Kit and turn on the code components in the Admin Center. You need to know how to do that. It is covered in the previous video or in the documentation on prerequisites and setting up the Creator Kit. So now that we know that this is working successfully, I can close this. Now we can go and import the automation COE for main. So I'm going to go to solutions, back to solutions, and click on solutions. And then I'm going to import the main solution. So I'm going to click import and browse to the automation. With the solution selected, I'm going to hit click next again. Now, your connections might not be set up here, but I'm using the automation account that I'm logged in as, and as all the connections. So in your case, you would click on new connection or to the next screen and create the new connection, and then close this, click refresh, and then the connection would show up there. Do that for all the connections here, and then click import. Now this will take roughly about probably like 5-10 minutes. So while we wait for main to import, there's actually a step we can do. It's optional, but I suggest doing it. It's just it'll speed up this setup process. All we're going to do is we're going to create an instant Cloudflow. So just create one in the main environment here. I'm not even going to give it a name because I'm going to delete it after. We're just going to search for approvals, start and wait for an approval. We just need to put in a few little details. I'm just going to put test. And assign it to myself or the automation account. As we can see, even in the flow checker, it's going to tell us that our Power Automate approvals has not been installed yet for this environment. It's basically saying if we run this flow, it's going to start provisioning it. So perfect. I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to test it right away. Test, test, test. There, and then I'm going to let that run. Once it's imported, you'll have this green notification box here. It says that Automation COE main has imported successfully. Once you see that, we'll proceed to the next step, which would be configuring the security roles or adding people to the security roles. And if we just take a look here, if we open up Automation COE main, we can see that there are 3 security roles. The Automation Project Admin, which is responsible for maintaining configuration data in the Automation COE, plus mapping automation projects to environments and deploying solutions to other environments as well. But then we have the Automation Project Contributor. This role allows generating and requesting new automation projects. This could be part of your whole organization or a select few. And then we have our Automation Project Viewer, which is basically the same thing as the project contributor, just viewer rights and able to view all projects. It could also be a business process owner or basically anybody that needs access to view the data, but not necessarily contribute. To add people to these roles, we're going to head over to the Power Platform Admin Center. Once we're in here, we're going to select our environment, our main environment. And then on the right side here underneath access, we're going to click on see all under security roles. And the first one we're going to do is the automation project admin. So in here, you want to add the automation account for sure. And then anyone else that you want to add to this role to be able to maintain the data. Once all the admins that you want to give access to is in there, you hit add. And we're just going to go back to the security rules section and do the same thing for the project contributors. Once you have your contributors in there, you can hit next or add. And the same thing with the viewers. So we go back to security roles and do automation project viewer and add our people in here. So after configuring the security roles, we are going to import the desktop flow actions for the desktop flow table. So for that, I'm still in my automation COE main solution. I'm going to click on tables and look for desktop flow actions. Here it is here. Now I can select this table, and with the new UI over here on the right, I can click import data from Excel. I will select the desktop flow actions.csv file that's included in the tools folder. There I have selected my file. It is uploading now. Once the mapping is successful, we want to click import. This might take a minute or two, and then we're going to wait for our data to import. Now that it is complete, we can close this. Once imported, your actions will show up here. And the last thing we want to do is we're going to go inside of the automation COE main solution, click on cloud flows, and we want to make sure that all three these flows are turned on. We also want to click on the sync environments flow. And if this flow is not run yet, we want to trigger it. So I'm going to click run. And then once that's done, and we'll wait for this flow to succeed. That concludes this video. And the next video, we're going to go over the automation satellite environments and how to install those. Thanks.